Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jose, as you guys know, and today, I know I have not been on this channel for a long while because I just kind of forgot about it, but today we are about to do something special. We are doing a little story time. I want to apologize if there's sun on my face. I was doing my essay and I just wanted to do a video because it's an excuse not to do my essay, and we're just gonna have to do it with any sun glare. Like, sorry about it. But today's story time is going to be really good, really juicy, and we're just going to have to sit down, grab your popcorn, grab your tea, anything that you use to entertain yourself, and sit on your couch, sit on your bed, and let's get to the video. So while editing this video, I kind of realized that the entire time the video was not in focus, and it's not my fault. It's the camera's fault. But still watch it because it's actually pretty good. Just do it. Still watch it. All right, that's it. Bye. So this story takes place where I live, obviously. So I have been single for a while, and that's fine. There's nothing I can do about it. But I do occasionally go on those Tinder, Bumble, all those dating apps, just to talk to people because I'm bored. Anyways, so there was this one occasion where I went on this Tinder, Bumble. It was one or the other. But, so I went on there. I do what one does. I was swiping through the little, yes, no, yes, no. And I came across this person and, I swiped right, and keep in mind, I had no expectations of this person, swiping right on me. Little do I know, like, I was like
on my phone doing the little thing everyone does, Instagram.
And there's a fly. But so I'm swiping, and then out of nowhere I get this notification where I match with someone. So I was like, blah blah blah. I'm all cool. I'm gonna like hit them up, and I'm gonna like just try to like shoot my shot, I guess. And so I did it, right? 5 minutes later, they end up replying, and I'm gonna skip through this part because like it's really irrelevant. But we ended up like exchanging Snapchats and exchanging numbers and having an honestly like a really really good time talking. I think it was a week after, and they were like, "Hey, why don't we meet up?" And just keep in mind, this person lived like out in the valley, and I live like in a city that's not in the valley. It's close to the valley, but it's not in the valley. So I was like, I don't know how, I don't really have a car, I don't really have blah blah. And I ended up using, a Lyft to get there, which I kind of regret now because that was like freaking $20 for a Lyft. 20 there and 20 back. Yeah, don't do that. Anyways, so I took a Lyft and I went to meet up the person, and everything was fine. We had a good time. So we went to the movies, and everything was perfect. And I went home, and I thought nothing of it. I'm like, oh, this was a cool hang. This is a cool person, and I was just like, I'm gonna continue talking to this person. A couple days later, the person, they were like, hey, do you want to hang out again? And this time I was like, I actually couldn't because I didn't want to waste another $20. And they were like,
no, I'm gonna pick you up, it's gonna be cool, we're gonna have fun.
I'll drive all the way to where you live. And I was like, you're willing to drive 20 miles just to hang out? So anyways, sorry, my brother came in the room. But anyways, so they were like, yeah, I'm gonna go pick you up, it's gonna be fun, we're gonna go to the movies, we're gonna go have some dinner. And I was like, I'm totally down, I'm 100% down. Anyways, so we go up. I go wait at a Starbucks near me, and then I wait for the person to pick me up, and I'm all excited. I'm all ready, dressed really nice, and I think they took about like 30 minutes to get here. So we drive down to the valley. We ended up going to this really nice arcade place, and we spent about like 2 hours there, and then we went to go eat, and then we went to go see a movie. The thing is that like we had a really fun time. I was like, this is going really well. So the night time rolls around. At this point, keep in mind, it is already like midnight. and I want to go home. And they were like, no, why don't you stay in a little? We can like watch some Netflix in the car. And for those of you who know what Netflix is, which most of you do, when you watch Netflix, you do not really watch Netflix, you know? And I didn't want it to get to this point because I barely met this person, you know? I actually wanted to like maybe like actually get to know the person. So, I, being the dumb person that I am, was like,
Yeah, let's watch Netflix. No, no worries.
so they put up Netflix on their phone, right? And they're in the driver's seat and I'm in the passenger seat. And in my head, I was like, Jose, do not do anything. Do not, control yourself. Do not do anything to provoke this person. And, that was my whole mentality throughout the entire night and day. And 5 minutes into like Netflix, they were like, hey, do you want to cuddle? And I'm a person who can't say no. So when I was like, yeah, for sure, why not? Keep in mind that the car is really, really tiny. So I'm like, you can't really cuddle unless like you're actually like next to the person, you know? So they suggested, it's like, hey, why don't we go to the back? And I was like, okay, it's roomier, so I guess why not? So we go to the back, and we actually ended up watching the entire show of Friends. And I was like, okay, this is fun. Nothing is happening. We're not chilling yet. We're only Netflixing. But so after the show ends, they were like, oh, so what do you want to do now? And I was like, oh, it's honestly pretty late. It was like 1 a.m. and I wanted to go home because I didn't have a ride back. I was all the way in the valley, close, more so close to Los Angeles, and that was like a good 30-minute drive. And my parents were asleep, my friends were asleep, and I was like, I kind of want to go home. So, out of nowhere, literally, okay guys, you need to get ready because you guys are gonna be shook. Out of nowhere, pretend this is us, right? The person literally just sits right next to me, and without asking for permission, they start like making out. And again, I'm one of those type of people that can't say no, so I just kind of like let it happen, blah blah blah. So one thing led to the other, that led to the other, and I was like, I was kind of like taken away. I was like, I did not want this to go the way that it did. I just wanted to meet the person. I just wanted to have a good time, and have none of that happen. But I guess it happened. Not like what you guys think, but like everything else. And so, anyways, at this point, I was like, you know what? I actually have to go home. It's 2 a.m. I don't want to get home late. I'm really tired. I have work the next day, and they were like, okay, fine. So they went to go like drop me off kind of close to my house, but not really. And that's when I called a friend and I was like, hey, I know it's really late. I'll pay you, but like, can you come and get me? So they were like, yeah, for sure. So like they come and get me, and then I went home and blah blah blah. If you guys think the story got juicy, just wait. The next effing day, I get a text from it was like a random phone number, and they were like, hey, do you know so and so? And I was like, oh yeah, haha, is this you? Are you using a different number? Did your phone get lost or something? And they were like, no, this is, and they said who they were. And I was like, I was confused, and I was like, why are you texting me? Like, if I know this person, blah blah blah. And so I text the person who I was talking to, and I was like, hey, this number just texted me if I knew you. And I'm like, do you know who this is? And I got no reply. They left me on red, and I was like, okay, like, I guess, I'm like, okay, I guess they have someone, they're targeting someone else, but I'm like, I didn't care because like it wasn't like anything serious. It was just like someone to talk to. I kid you guys not. So after hours and hours and hours of being left on red, I was ready to be like, you know what? This is too shady. I don't want to do this, blah, blah, blah. I get a mother effing text from the person, and they were like, hey, I'm sorry. I have someone that I'm dating. We've been dating for 6 months, and they don't know that I'm talking to you. First of all, if you're gonna use Tinder or Bumble, don't you have to be single? Like, do the effing math. This whole entire time we were talking, I assumed that the person was single, and no, turns out they were dating someone the entire time. So I felt bad because I had to apologize to the person they were dating. I sent them a text and I was like, I'm so sorry. I did not realize that you were dating someone, you know. And out of respect, I stopped talking to the person completely because, like, they were dating someone, you know. And they had the audacity to make out with me. You know, it's probably my fault for letting it happen, but keep in mind, I did not know that the person already had someone else for 6 months. So, what is the moral of the story here? Exactly. Yes, that is the moral of the story. This is where you guys come up with your own moral, because, like, I'm dumb and don't have a moral to the story. I'm just kidding, but I recommend you guys, if you go on Bumble or Tinder, please be sure that the person is single, because there are some crazy mother effers out there that will just, like, you know, talk to people while they're dating, and then you don't know that they're dating someone, and then you ended up being the bad person because, like, you know, things happen. But yeah, that is my story time. If you like my story time, like, please subscribe. Like, I will give you $2 whole if you subscribe. And if you like this video, I will give you 50 cents more. $2.50. You know where you can buy $2.50? You can go to the 99-cent store and buy, like, a pack of gum. 2 packs of gums with $2.50. And if you leave a comment, get this, I will give you personally 6 more cents. So for the price of $2.56, you can like, subscribe, and comment. You know, that will be your prize because I have nothing else to give. I'm just kidding. But yeah, do what you want. Thank you for listening to my story time. And I will be sure to post more because, you know, this is way better than doing an essay. You know, my English 101 teacher will be shook because I will send her this video instead of my essay because that's how good this story was, you know. So actually, why don't you guys share it with my English teacher? Her name is Professor Kirkley. Share it to her, give her, be like, this is Jose's essay, you know. But yeah, thank you and see you next time.